are all of the planners that I thought that I would be using in 2025. Well, survey says that that was a lie. Let's get into the abandoned planners, and then I'll show you the one that reigns supreme for me. These are the first planners that I purchased, the Hobonichi planners. I have the Hobonichi cousin. I had decided that I would use this for my faith. So let me show you what I've done so far. I came in here, decorated the actual pages here. Here's February. I'm writing a little bit in here. Then we get to March. There's nothing. Okay, nothing. It's pretty though. But what I plan to do is I'm going to use the planner, but not for a planner. I may just practice my writing or something like that, my handwriting. I'm going to use it though. But as you can see, I did not do anything to the monthlies. Now we go to the weeklies here. And as you can see, I started writing something here. This is what? February the 2nd. I wrote something. Then I wrote some more things. And that was it. I didn't do anything. Now let's get to the dailies here. Now for the dailies, I actually wrote my goals here. Then I wrote my Bible plan and stuff here and all this. And that was January 1st. I did it again here. And that was it. Nothing else. I didn't come back to it. Then I said, okay, let me try this again. So I tried it again. And I wrote a scripture here for February. Then I said, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. So I even decorated the little monthly title page here. Still, I wrote something here about being grateful. Wrote something here. And you know what? I did it again on the 11th. And you know what? That was it. I have not been back to this planner. Okay? Yeah. So I pretty much abandoned this. But I'm going to recycle this in some type of way. I'm going to use it. I'm not going to let my money that I spent go to waste here. So that's this one. I don't know what it is, but I'm just not drawn to this type of style. The other planner that I have that I purchased was the Hobonichi Weeks, and I had the intentions of using it as a wellness planner, but I abandoned this very quickly. I started writing down my workout plan and all that for January, and yeah, as you can see, I quickly abandoned this. And I don't like to look at things like this. I've tried and tried, and I always end up abandoning the planner if it's set up this way. I think that's just how my little brain works, you know. But I tried to set something up here. Okay? I did. And then I even came back here and made a little page and did some other little things that I wanted to track. But I did not return to this. So what I did, instead of using this, I abandoned it because I knew that, for one, it's a bit too small for me. And number two, I just don't vibe with this setup here. And do you know that I kind of knew that because of another planner that I have? But I kind of thought that, well, I might be able to do this. But I just couldn't. I do not like looking at things this way, in a horizontal way. And now I know what I like. And I will not buy any planner that's like this ever again. So those are the two Hobonichis that I can't use because I'm not drawn to them. My brain doesn't say, hey, use it. It's just not set up for me. My brain it works differently than some other people. I'm just used to looking at things in a different way. This is a Moleskine planner. I bought it long before I bought the Hobonichis, and I had abandoned this, and I said, well, let me pull it back out so that I can use it in 2025 for content creation, planning my blog posts, other projects that I'm working on, and my videos. And what happened was I started doing it. I like to look at monthlies. I like to have a monthly. So I went in and I did some planning, then I stopped. But even though I put in what content I would put up on what day, I didn't come back to it. But then I came here. I like this here. I said, well, let me write down some ideas. So this was my ideas page. Ideas and goals. And then I was writing other stuff about my YouTube channel. And I just didn't come back. Yeah, I just did not come back. Now, what I like about this is that I have this sheet of paper here, but again, I'm not used to looking at something that's horizontal. And that's why I think that I just don't gravitate toward it. I'm not going to use it. So this was in November. You see, I bought this earlier, and I tried to use it, but then I pushed it to the side. And then I decided to come back in January, and you see I did not use this, okay, at all. The paper feels good. I went to the back here where all this paper is, and I decided to write down blog post ideas, which was cool, but that was it. I did not use this. So what I learned about myself is that I can use one planner to plan out my content creation and be done with it. These two planners are from Jibun Techo. These are the ones that I actually discovered that I like. I discovered these after I purchased Hobonichi. The first one that I purchased was the diary, and this is the diary here. I've since abandoned this, and I'm gonna tell you why. There's nothing wrong with this one. I do like it. But I abandoned this one for a different one, which is the Biz Diary. I did actually start out using this. Let me show you here. This is the monthly. This was March. I did the March page. I ended up buying another diary, and I didn't realize that I was going to do that until I received an email from Jet Pens. Jet Pens actually sent an email about the Jibun Techo being available, the Biz one, the April. They start in April. So I said, let me get that one because I'm not doing a good job sticking with this. I did do some decorations here, and I was using this. Even the weekly I was using, as you can see. But I think what messes me up here is that I get distracted, and I'm distracted by the colors, and I feel like, oh, I need to use the same ink and all this. And so what I decided to do was to try the other diary, that is the Biz one. But I knew it was something about this one that I just wasn't feeling. I didn't know exactly what it was, and when I actually got the Biz in my hands and I looked in it, I automatically knew that the Biz was the one for me and that I would stick with it because it doesn't have all the colors that are distracting to me, and I'm good. So this one, this format, I do like. This is my jam, but not this actual standard diary from Jibun Techo. So I abandoned this one. I just recently abandoned this one in April. The other one that I thought that I really would like, I thought, well, I like this one better than the Jibun Techo diary. Let me get the days. So I got the days. I started using it, as you can see. I started using it, but what I come to realize, I even decorated for March. But what I come to realize is that, and I discovered this in, let me see, where did it happen? I discovered this when I got into January. Right, like the first week in January, I realized that this is not going to work for me, because I would put down, let's see, times of stuff that I would do. And then I would always have to flip back to the monthly to see, because I like to see the actual monthly layout in the big form, not the little form. And I know that I could look at the calendar here, but I just kind of like decided that this is not going to work for a planner. But what I decided to do was to use this as a journal, like a daily journal to write down stuff. And I actually was doing it. And I skipped some days. And I actually decided that this is not what I want to do. It's not that I don't like it. I have journals and stuff. And so I don't want to actually write in here, you know, for a daily thing, because I like to keep up with the day and put things down as far as memory is concerned, but I don't want to have to do it on a whole page. Okay, so I have abandoned this one because I realized if I'm going to journal, I'm going to journal in my journal that I have. I don't want to do that here, and I don't want to feel like I have to do something daily because it's there, you know. I don't like to see blank pages. And so as you can see, I was doing pretty good. You see I have space. I was trying to figure out, how am I going to make this work? And then I just decided, I think I just stopped. It was March the 19th. I pretty much stopped writing in here. Okay. At first I was doing stickers and washi tape, and as you can see, and then I just got to the point where, hey, no washi tape, no stickers. Now I have not done anything. What I'm going to use this for is, again, to like practice my handwriting. I am a person who's trying to learn a specific type of handwriting, cursive, and I'll just use this for that. It won't go to waste because it will get used. This is not for me. I discovered quickly that I did not like flipping back to the monthly. I did not like all of that flipping. I like everything in one area. So here is the planner that won my attention. This is the Jibun Techo Biz. They actually start in April, so it doesn't come out until April. I did not know that, but I'm glad I bought this one because I love it. First of all, it's vinyl. Okay, it's vinyl here, vinyl on the back. It's not like the other one that has a plastic cover over it and has a paper like insert over it. And then on the spine, we have the year. I just love this. I love it, love it, love it. You just don't know how much I love this planner. Idea booklet that I already had. I use this to write down ideas about videos and anything that I think about. I just jot it down here. I do have the translation for all of this, and I just went in and wrote in areas you may not be able to see, but I wrote what this means. I didn't write everything down, but I do pretty much know exactly what it's talking about here. One of the things I noticed right off the bat when I started using this planner is that the paper is so smooth. Oh my goodness. I can just rub this all day. And I also noticed that it is a tad bit thicker than the other Jibun Techo standard that I was using. This is a page that gives you pretty much an idea of what you put on here and how you fill it out. This, of course, is in Japanese, but what I did is I took a picture of this and I went to Google Translate, and it translated everything, and I was able to realize that, hey, down here, I can summarize my day. I don't have to write about it in a whole big page. I can just put key things that I want to remember, and then put my meals down here that I have, and I can keep up with that. I also use this top for other things. So you'll see. I'm so excited. But this paper is so smooth. I just love it. I just love everything about this planner. I have not used this yet. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. But this is more like a future log, I would think. And then we have our other little pages that they have in here. Money plan, I haven't filled that out. Japan map, I'm going to do something else for this page. It just feels so good. Oh my goodness. They have a weekly plan that you can just pretty much write down what your ideal plan would be for the week. That doesn't mean that I actually follow this. This is just my ideal one. And so I filled that out, weekly plan. And then we have 100 wishes list. I have not filled that out. Favorite phrases. I've been writing down things that I come across or that I hear somebody say, and I put it down. Recommendation list. Anything that somebody recommends, I try to write it down so I don't forget it. I did have this in my other planner because I had some recommendations I do remember, but I didn't transfer them over to this one. I'm telling you, the paper, oh my goodness, it just feels so good. Book list, movie list, and then we have gifts received, gifts given. I have my promise list, which is just a list of if I promise somebody something or I say I'm going to do something, I write it down. I have one that I have here. And then we have just an extra pages for other lists that you want to keep up with. Now we have the Gantt charts, and there's a difference in the Gantt chart as it compared to the days. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. This is the days, and let me show you how they have the Gantt chart set up. And I thought I liked this, but I actually don't. And the reason I don't like it is because the calendar it gets cut off here, and the Gantt chart is at the bottom. I don't really like that I thought I would like it like that, but I guess I don't like it as much as I thought I would. I prefer to have the Gantt chart like this, separately, not on with the actual calendar. I thought I would like it like that, but I realized that I like to see the calendar in a bigger format. So these are the Gantt charts. They start in March. And this goes from March until April of 2026. So this is the Gantt chart. You can keep up with any habit tracking you're trying to keep up with, or you can keep up with projects you're working on. And then the monthly. So I received my Jibun Techo Biz Diary on the 25th of March, and then I started using the monthly, just kind of jotting down things here. And then I said, hey, let me decorate my page for April, and I've done that here. So I've decorated this, and then these are the monthlies that go up until this says June 2026. So we're done with the monthlies. Now we have the weeklies. As I stated, I did not get this until the end of March, and as soon as I got it, I started using it. As you can see, I use this pen. I use red for personal, blue for other stuff, like working, trying to do stuff that I do. Okay? So that's how this is. I'm able to write down how the day went, write down my food, the mood, the weather, the weight. I track my weight here and I write it down. And then we move into this week, going into April, and I do decorate a little bit. I have to remind myself to be offline on the weekends. That's a habit I'm trying to start doing, but it seems like I haven't got there yet, but I'm working on it. I don't decorate the weekly, but I want you to know that this is how I like to see my week laid out. I don't like to see it horizontal. I realize that I will use this because I can see it and it is vertical. I like time blocking, so it pretty much gives me a bird's eye view where I can just see how everything is going versus the horizontal lineup. I like to see it this way. I don't know why I like to see it this way. It just works best for me. And I really, really like it. On the weekend, maybe on a Saturday or a Sunday, I will turn the page and do a new week. Write down stuff I need to do. Paper feels really, really good. I really like this. It's slim. It's the A5 Slim. And I'm using it. This back here is another idea booklet, but this is more where I keep up with financial things like paying off credit cards and saving money. Yeah, so I have that in here in the back. All right, so that's it. That is it. This is the planner that won me over. I love it so much. It is compact. This fits in my purse. Oh my goodness. I love using this pen. I just love being in this planner. I just do. I'm so glad that I purchased this Biz Diary. I really like it. I'm not distracted by the different colors up at the top that I showed you is present in the other one here. You see the difference? And the colors are like this for the monthlies as well. Yeah, so I was going to use this, but I really found myself being distracted by the colors. I just like to see things plain, minimalist. Let me add my color if I want to. This is the Jibun Techo Biz, and it has the MIO paper. Don't ask me any specifics about the paper. I do know that it is smoother. It takes fountain pen better. It is thicker than the paper in the other planner. I just like it. Overall, it just feels so good, so smooth, so sleek, and I love being in this planner. That is it. This is the one that I'm using. I realize that all I need is just one planner. One planner. Thank you to Dependable, I think. She had told me I'd be interested in seeing how things go in the first quarter. Give us an update. That's what she was saying. So here I am with the update. And she even mentioned that she could only use one planner. And I was like, okay, that does make sense. Let me see how this works for me. And I am using one planner for everything, and it works for me. Now, one of the things that I am doing, I do have two other planners. One of my planners is an adult coloring planner, and the other planner is my wellness planner. Okay, it's bigger. I can put stuff in here. Yeah, it's bigger and it's just better, and I can keep up with food and stuff. It's much bigger than the Hobonichi weeks, and I can keep up with a whole lot of other things in here. And so this is my preference. It's pretty big. So those are the only two planners that I use, but they are specifically for other things and not me trying to cram my whole life into a planner. Now, I do track stuff in here that is wellness stuff, and also I track my weight in here. I thought about tracking my weight here in the future log, but we'll see. This week I'm filming this video. I have checked what the weather is. I also put down things I need to do up here, maybe one thing that I know I need to do, and then that's the weight. I'm on a weight loss journey, and I'm doing pretty good so far. I am pleased with this planner, and it is the one that I've been using, that I will stick with. Only one planner for everything. Oh, I forgot to mention something to you. Before I go. The monthlies. For the monthlies, I use a pencil to put in things I need to get up, like content creation. And if I have to change something, I can erase it and move it. This is where I actually put my content creation. If I'm going to post a video, I'm going to make sure the video get up on that particular day. If I'm going to film, I write that in as well. So this is the place where I do it at, and I actually use a pencil for that because sometimes I have to erase. I just want to share that with you because I don't use a planner for content creation or doing my blog posts or working on websites and stuff. So I use the monthly to put that on schedule here. So, and it's all in this one planner. That is it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. Until next time, keep calm and keep coloring. Bye. Oh, and keep planning too. Bye-bye.